I don't think so. That wasn't close enough, but that was funny.
Pulling out. Are we live? Are we on?
Yeah, it's live.
We are on air. We don't have a sign for it yet, though. Really should.
We've been talking about the sign for 3 years.
So we had to spend some time putting up this beautiful poster.
It took a while. It kept falling. We couldn't get it leveled.
Yes. But, we finally got it leveled, though.
So,
and it looks super great. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this installment of Speaking Sporadically, the podcast. We're ready to
We have
go.
some explaining to do, probably. But I got nothing.
Yeah, I say there's no good excuse.
Yeah.
No, I mean I had a doctor's appointment in there somewhere.
Well,
I think I had a couple then if we're using
I
those.
couldn't.
Yeah. I was sick for about 5 months, so
Yeah.
just wasn't feeling it. Yeah.
Yeah. We were really counting on World War III to break out, so we didn't have to come up with this excuse.
Doomsday prepping.
But
We actually had to get this facility tented and sprayed for termites.
perfect.
It
That's
is
a good
wood,
one.
so termites would be pretty catastrophic to the overall
Luke had
integrity.
some legal cases he had to take care
Yeah,
of.
you'll have
he
that.
got too drunk one night and he caused some problems.
So he actually won like a $400,000 settlement. So
Did he win? Dude?
Hey.
Oh, that's good.
They can't
did
knock
he
me
win?
down.
No, he's right next to you.
They can't knock me down.
What was I going to do?
Our last post was June 13th.
It is
So 5
now
months.
6 months.
December
Yeah.
what?
8th.
8th, so pretty much half a year.
Yeah.
So tell the people what episode number this is going to be.
It'll be 136.
That's pretty good, though.
Episode
I mean,
136.
consistent for like 125 eps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
if it all ended today, we'd have something to be proud of.
Something to look
for
back
sure.
on.
But yeah, we did have a long break there, and to be truthful, we had no reason. We just
sometimes you know that
fell out.
300.
There was a lot
You know
going
that
on,
bad.
and
It
I
was.
think
It
I
was.
think we definitely all took this time to better ourselves in a lot of ways. Not like we had any problems, but like it's not like we were just actually sitting around being lazy. I mean, Luke, you've been working a ton. All of us, you graduated.
Yeah, graduated. I don't
Yeah.
think I was on the pod since like middle of May, probably.
Yeah, so since then, Luke graduated college, so I mean, that's freaking
Something
awesome.
to do.
Applaud.
Yeah, absolutely. Us four were all still in college, doing a lot, jobs and
Oh, I
whatnot.
dropped out.
Dude, you were so close, man. Yeah, it's all right.
I'm slinging a rock.
Yeah,
on the
it's
corner
all right.
now.
He's playing the guitar.
He's
on
working
the
down at the
street.
mine now.
yeah. Oh, dude, I just thought of that the whole summer, bro. Every single one of those golf course nights, we missed so much. It is
Oh
tough.
yeah. Had a local golf course. We kind of set up a night where us four, excluding Luke, consistently bartended at the golf course. He was bartending, but at a different local bar.
Oh, I didn't bartend.
You were back in the kitchen,
Yeah.
but
I was whipping it up.
we
dude.
we staffed the facility, and I think we did a pretty good job. It was fun.
Hey, that's the only night I worked ever. I earned a slate in the Christmas party. So
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I'd even work there. I'd half the time I'd get off work, go there when you guys worked, sit there for like 3-4 hours, and every once in a while I'd go back in the kitchen for
Yeah.
either you or Regs some of the times.
that was the best.
And I still got an invite to the Christmas party.
Heck
Me
yeah.
too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was cool that you got
We're
it.
gonna tear
Got
it
the
up.
invite.
He was gonna show up anyways, dude. He's my plus one.
Because apparently my aunts and uncles are having... Oh, no, my sister's baby shower is going to be at the golf course, apparently.
There you go.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Heck
Or
yeah.
her second one, I guess, because she had one in Kentucky. But they went there to
She
get
had a baby in Kentucky already.
a baby shower.
Double
Or-
showers.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby
Dude,
shower?
Yeah, that's kind of
Double dipping.
Yeah.
No, you have to, dude.
I mean, yeah, when
Yeah.
here and then we have so much
you have
family
two
here. Yeah.
families, yeah.
But they're doing that, and Tony's like, or my aunts and uncles are like, yeah, you know, Trey used to work here, right? You know Trey, right? Like, yeah. He's like, is he coming to the Christmas party? They're like, I don't know. He's like, oh, better come to the Christmas party. Better come to the Christmas party.
You better. I told my girlfriend our plan was to get so drunk we walk back to Jacob's house down.
Oh, we were
freeze them.
A mile down the
Heck
road.
no, middle of December.
Let's get
No, we're
We're
gonna,
walking.
We're
We are
gonna
walking.
see if we can borrow a golf cart.
get all the way out
no.
there.
There's a couple old guys that owe us, bro.
yeah. There was a couple nights that the boys were having a good time, so we had to drive some folks home.
Yeah.
Which always offer to drive someone home.
Yeah,
for
100%.
sure. Another thing is we are all 21.
Yeah.
Since our
Yeah, that
last
has
episode,
happened.
so that's awesome. That's expanded our life horizon a little bit and allowed us
New
to do some
experiences
fun
for all
things.
of us, and some gates have opened. So
Yeah,
be looking forward to that because
True. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
right.
potential for more mediums of entertainment.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Because now we know we can do some. Maybe you guys can send us some cocktail recipes. We could do some cocktail taste testing.
A drinking pod where we just drink for 2 hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dog.
Yo.
There's nothing
would.
stopping us
That'd be
now
awesome.
from just having a few casual drinks and
Back at
Loosening up the vibe.
Luke's bar. That would be cool.
yeah.
You'll
We
see
do a
the
night
other
out
side
there.
of it this time though. We've done a few.
we've done a few
We've done at
episodes
least
there.
2 there.
At least 2.
Yeah.
it's a pretty
Oh, yeah,
aesthetic
at least,
setup
bro.
because we all sit on the bar. Kind
Well, you'll
of
see
and-
the other side if we do some cocktails.
Yeah.
I think. Or we'll just do
Yeah,
2
that's how
cameras
we'll
and
have
one
to set
person
it up.
makes it and then the other 4 try it. And then just do like a little
Yeah, we
gauge.
could do like a little
But
split screen with someone
that's-
actually on like a bartending view, and then the other people kind of just spectating.
But
Nice
that's
little
some-
camera set up with like the hand view. You
Yeah,
just see the hands
yeah.
going to town making cocktails.
So there's definitely
Ratatouille
some.
POV. That'd be sick.
Well, so we're at the mount a camera to the top of your head.
Yeah. Well, it's just like a GoPro. You just
Yeah,
angle that
yeah.
thing down.
Reminds me of the train guy who's got the 360 camera. Like the train guy. Do you ever see those videos with the guy who like? would- train
Yeah, and he
spot?
cheers so
Three-
much when he.
Oh, it's a whatever. This is awesome.
I've been waiting 3 years.
And some British dude. He's just going to town. He's just,
What are you saying though? You know what I'm?
Oh, the train guy.
Train guy.
Oh, yeah.
It was a little bit of a tangent.
And then you know what I'm most disappointed about with our not even hiatus, just our leave of absence.
What?
We never did my most favorite episode every year.
Halloween.
We
that was
never
That was
did
bad.
the
That
Halloween
one probably hurt
special.
more than missing our
I
birthday.
It
didn't even think about
It
that.
was so
Yeah.
painful, so painful.
Me and Isaiah talked about it like 2 weeks before.
I had
like, we
I had
should've
some
filmed
plans
it.
for it, but next year we could do 3 straight hours live if we wanted to, because I have so much information now. And I'd rather just find more information and have a surplus next year.
Because
So
that's always certainly
have
our biggest one we
it's
do.
my favorite to do by far. It's
Yeah.
the most expense we have. Well, not expense really.
Most
Yeah,
effort we
times are
put into
It's our
it.
biggest budget.
It's our biggest production.
Quote unquote. Yeah, production we do.
100%.
It's so fun.
So that was a bad one to miss.
You know what we also missed, Devin? Joshua Block. We haven't talked about him in the
Ooh,
5-6
wow.
months we've been
Hey,
gone.
I just saw an interview with him, and he was conscious and like cognitive responses through and through for a full 60 seconds. He might be making a comeback. Do you know he's DJing now?
He's been DJing. Bro.
Yeah.
Didn't you watch that video I sent you a while ago? Let's
when he
make
was-
some noise.
He was training to DJ at
He
that
was
time.
at like a trendy rooftop bar. Like everyone's
Yeah,
sitting
yeah,
down.
you
There's like
described
10
it to me.
He
people.
was
And he's
practicing.
playing like rave music, like.
He was
and he grabs the mic and he
practicing.
goes, well, yeah, but it was a real gig. But he was sitting there, it was like, and he goes, let's make some noise. And then it literally sees, the camera literally shows people going like,
Well, there's like 12 people there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we,
all
we
fans.
described it exactly when we were at the library in Columbus.
yeah.
Remember when we were out there
Oh.
with the pictures, like you, me, Tristan, Aaron, and the guy was up there DJing, and Surfside was giving us Surfside sunglasses.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
so
got
you
that.
remember what we're
Yes,
talking
yes.
about? There's a DJ up there, and he's playing like more ravier music, but there's only like, because it's like 9 in the morning on game day in Columbus,
Yeah.
and there's only, probably like 20 people in the courtyard, and Devin's like, that guy needs to get up there and just be like, let's make some noise.
So funny.
No, Josh Block has 2 paths. He can get a little better and survive, or he is going to end up in a drunk tank somewhere.
I saw a video of him too that he was supposed to go to. What's the other dude's name that he always hangs out with?
Mr.
So
Bass.
Yeah, Mr. Based. He was supposed to go to his house for a stream, and obviously they drink on the stream every single time just to get content or whatever. And Josh canceled on him because he's like, I don't want to drink. Like, if I go to your house, I'm gonna drink, so I'm not gonna go to your house. So that's honestly a
mature.
first. That's good for him. For once.
You know he got convinced that night, right?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
went.
never
Mr.
mind.
Bass was like, well, we don't have to drink a lot. We'll just drink a little. No, I have a flight. All right, we don't have to drink at all. And then at the end of the night, he convinced him to come over, I'm pretty sure.
Oh man. All right, never
Pretty
disregard
sure.
that then.
Man needs to start the 12 steps.
No, he's
He's
bad.
50 steps behind.
Yeah, he's
62
That
steps.
poor man.
Bro, he mixes Everclear with ices. Ice is his mixer. He pours Everclear in and then pours a Smirnoff Ice to mix it.
Oh
In some of his
my.
videos, he's
It's
like
bad.
drinking in like the morning someplace. Like his hand is shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever see a video of him at the airport going somewhere and doing like a shooter, like an airport shooter, if you're drinking an airport shooter, you're down bad because those things are like $15. And he's just downing one straight.
He was just like, $40 for 2 vodka crayons is devious.
Yeah.
Slurps it back.
He doesn't care. It's like his medicine, bro. He has to buy it. No matter what the price, it's like, all right. Yeah.
Does healthcare cover this? Why?
I want to know how much he makes in a month. Like
He
literally.
makes
Not what he says.
$5,000. I don't know. It changes. Now
Yeah.
it's like 10,000. It
It's
depends if he
enough.
wants someone to feel bad for him, or if he wants to like show up someone. Like
Yeah.
someone's like, Josh, you suck. He's like, I make $10,000 a month. But if it's something like, put the fries in the bag, and he talks about like how like terrible his life is, then he'll say he only makes $5,000 a month.
Well, now when people say that to me, he doesn't even respond. He just chases them and
Yeah.
like bites his hand
Yeah.
and chases them. It's horrible.
Oh dear.
What does he say all the time, dude? I can't go to jail. What does he say? I won't make it in jail or something.
He says that he
says it
makes
all
up
the time for,
everything,
like,
bro.
no reason.
He'll sit there. His favorite one is someone was yelling outside of Mr. Base's house. Started yelling, and Josh got like all scared and worried. So he called 911, and he's a known flyer at 911. He calls them all the time. He'll sit there. These people are after me. I think I'm hyperventilating. And it's like such a force. Like he'll literally. Sometimes he thinks 911 hangs up on him, so he stops hyperventilating, looks, makes sure he's still on the call, and then goes back.
So
God.
bad.
I think I'm
Don't do that at
seizing.
home, kids. Oh, dear.
I'm gonna have a seizure. Hilarious. It is terrible. He's funny.
Maybe if we just all resort to alcoholism, we'll start making $5,000 to $10,000 a month.
Probably.
We need to contact him
That
and do like a
sounds like
rehab series
Oh my
on the
god.
podcast.
You're getting paid for that.
Oh, that's a big old money dump. Holy smokes.
Well, we did continue to do the podcast Fantasy Football League, so
There's so much that's like
late.
where do we go?
Well, I was just gonna say we didn't stop doing it. We still do it.
Yeah, we're still doing that.
Say the punishment at least.
Yeah, we do.
So yeah. So punishment this year is the winner decides, or the loser is going to get. Are we using your van that you have or whatever?
Oh, I think we're gonna have to find.
Or we're just gonna
something.
rental one?
Rental.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
Have to source
Yeah.
us
So we're gonna get a
something.
big van, get all the guys that are in the league in a van, and then the loser dresses up in a tuxedo and drives everyone in the league because everyone's 21 to bar hopping 4 nights. That'll
Winner
be
picks the route.
Yeah,
too.
winner picks route.
the route.
And the loser like is not allowed to drink, not allowed to do
Yeah.
any
Yeah,
obviously
nicotine,
not
no
allowed to drink.
cigarettes.
So you dress up.
Yeah. Suit.
And like he has to be. We also said like he has to be like their butler. He doesn't have to pay for drinks, but if someone gave him money and like yo go get me a drink, then he'll have to do that. Basically, just be everyone's butler / chauffeur for the night, and are not allowed to enjoy the fun in any way except their presence. So
Yeah, so you can, to a degree, you can put in some like requests and they have a mild obligation to perform them for you.
Yeah.
Like I'm planning on sending them some money and saying like, "Yo, please bring a little small cooler with like 4 ham sandwiches in it for me."
Didn't we say
Oh
that
my
we plan
gosh!
on?
If all other 11 people did that, that would be.
I'm just gonna
disaster.
tell him to bring us to some food place
Yeah,
on the
just
way
stop
home.
There.
We
That
said-
is so cruel.
Unless
We
you
all
win.
pay for ourselves, obviously.
We
We just
said
like yo,
we
whip
said
us
2
to Taco
a.m.
Bell.
Waffle House is what we said.
Yeah, I would not.
If you win.
That is diabolically cruel, Jacob. I think the winner can request that. You cannot.
I'm requesting it.
You're in the running to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might lose.
If I'm the deciding factor that makes someone the loser, bro, I'm gonna do whatever I want.
No, because you're 2 steps away from me requesting that you like.
Cap.
Hey, yo, can you like wash my back before we leave? Anyways.
Okay, yeah. If I lost, I would do it.
No.
Yeah, I would.
Shoulder massage. It's diabolical. But no, yeah, that'll be fun. But interesting.
I didn't even know this.
You didn't know I went to Alaska?
What?
This was a while ago.
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
End of June.
Yeah.
2 weeks in Alaska.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
right
I
after.
remember, yeah, because you went on a cruise ship.
Yeah, we're cruising
Did
for
you
a
catch
few
any
days.
crabs?
No, but I ate a lot of crab.
Not that kind.
Oh, sadly, no.
Probably did.
There's a lot of old people on this
I just
cruise,
watched
man.
it.
I think I was the youngest person on this entire cruise.
I just
No,
watched
bro.
the Trailer Park Boys episode where they got
Exactly.
into the crabs. The Bubbles didn't have it because he wore that hazmat suit everywhere. But then he got convinced to get really high, but right before he went in to wash his clothes that had the crabs in it. And some kids like ran by and like blew like a sheet over his head. And because he was high and paranoid, he like got completely undressed, got indecent exposure, went to jail.
The funniest scene I think from that show is he goes up to the counter for like the medical pharmacy type things, and he's trying to keep it on the down low, and he goes up to the attendant and he's like, "Do you guys have any like medical cream for crabs?" And she's like, "I don't know." Goes on like the mic over the whole store. He's like, "Manager, the pharmacy desk. We need to locate medical cream for crabs."
Well, the stupidest, it was right behind him too.
Yeah.
And then
Doesn't he, like, just turn around and grab it?
So he doesn't get it, and then so his other friends Ricky and Julian try to go, and Julian goes in, and the girl who he's supposed to ask for it is really pretty, so he doesn't. And then Ricky goes in and says, "Well, if I'm doing it my way." Puts a gas mask on, cocks his gun out, runs into the store, and demands like 22 gallons of the stuff. And then he asked for a fetus growing medication to help his grandchild grow better. Ricky's just dumb. It's so funny.
Trailer Park
So you didn't
Boys
catch any, but you ate a lot of crabs.
I ate a lot of crab. I mean, I think it was all free when we were on the cruise ship, so I took him to town on that.
Do you have like the drink and food package?
Oh yeah, drank them dry, man.
Holy smokes.
9:30, wake up.
What was
Just-
your go-to?
I drank a lot of vodka Sprite. A lot of vodkas and Sprite.
Also, if you were just the youngest one, were you just on this boat hammered and it's just a bunch of elderly people just
Yeah,
enjoying
kind
their
of. A
time?
little bit.
I bet Luke loved it.
But yeah, eat breakfast. Go to the buffet for breakfast. Belly up to the bar at about 10 a.m.
Did they have any like singles dances or something you went
No,
off to?
there wasn't.
Dang,
There was
dude.
literally nothing. There was there was one night there was a single travelers night at one of the cocktail bars.
Oh, that's like straight up like
Did you not go?
a date meeting.
That's
I
yeah.
kind of like, I scoped it out, walked past, scoped it out, and I was like, no, these people look weird. I went back to the bar. Went back to my favorite, like,
It went back to the
I
bar.
went back to my favorite. The piano bar is my favorite, kind of classy. And then there's a guy like strutting on the piano all night.
Nice.
It was
That is
awesome,
cool.
and he made some kick ass. What are those martinis? Martinis were
Piano
fire.
player?
No, the bartender.
Yeah.
There's some pretty hot bartenders too. I will give that. Outside of that, they were all like Filipino naturally, because they'll work for just about anything. But
Well, Canada, Alaska, and Philippines. Basically
it's really close.
touching.
I mean, they're basically right there.
Depends where the cruise ship goes, but
Yeah.
isn't it an Alaskan cruise? So-
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So.
Would
Really
you go
cool.
on another cruise? Because I've heard a
I
lot
would
of,
go on another cruise in a minute.
I've
If
heard a
I
lot
was with a bunch of like people my age, I would go on another cruise. Yes, I would do a Caribbean cruise in a minute. I really enjoyed it.
We talked about doing like a little 3-day or 4-day cruise for spring break.
And they're so freaking cheap.
Yeah, no, that's
They
what-
are so cheap.
That's what I thought. I was like kind of worried. Like, kind of sounds like a lot, guys. I think
No,
we just might
it's not.
just find a lake house. But I think I looked it up. And they're like $300, and that probably doesn't include the tax and drink package.
You
but
literally-
it's like $450 for an entire weekend.
Yeah, you
like
pay,
3
like,
nights, 4 days, whatever.
Like $200 for the drink package on this cruise.
Yeah, so
and I
less
drank-
than that.
And I drank
was like
probably
a 2 week-
15-20 drinks a day.
That was 2 weeks long, wasn't it? Or we
Well,
can.
now
Well,
Everyone's
we
a
were only on the
professional.
boat for 4 days, but
Okay. But yeah, so this will be even
Hold
less
on.
than.
Let's
What?
do some math here.
what?
You say give or take 450 total if you get the food and drink package. Divide that by 3 days, 4 days.
Just say 3 nights for easy math.
I
It's
think it's
150
usually like the
bucks a day.
weekend. It's like a
Well,
Friday.
don't do
Saturday.
nights.
It's
do
Well,
full
it'd be
days. How
4
long do you want?
days, but you can't, like, the one day is going to be a half day because you're going to get on the boat at, like,
both.
10 a.m., and then you got to go do muster drills, and you got to do things
So
like
it's
that.
3 nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
How
long
much do you
weekend.
have to
one.
eat and drink to maintain?
Not a
No,
lot.
I know it's crap.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Even on any Royal Caribbean or anything, just as an example. Like,
mean,
I think the average drink on one of those is going to be $8 to $10.
Yeah.
It's going to
Think
be like
about-
drinking
think
in
about
Columbus.
if you were-
Skeptical here.
If you were in like
Just say like a
let's just
college.
say,
I
like,
would just say a college. Like
Yeah.
if you would go to like Columbus, and if you had to go somewhere and eat all your meals and all your drinks all day, you were in a bar buying drinks, you'd easily rack up $100 bar tab each day. Plus, easily, and that's
Well,
like still being
I
cheap.
was gonna
Plus,
compare
like
it to something even more like Disneyland,
Yeah.
or Kings Island.
Yeah.
If you had to feed yourself, wake up to go to bed in Disneyland, or like let's say like Kings Island,
Right.
and you had to get hammered on top of that, I feel like you could easily spend over $500.
So the question though is the food and drink offered on the cruise worth? Is it like bar level?
Oh,
or
it's
is
yeah.
it-
For the most part,
So
it's at least
bad.
like this tier or better.
Okay,
How
so
much
you're saying
how much
it's good.
product do you
It's
think
worth-
you would have gotten
That's what I'm saying.
for
Like
the same
say,
amount of money?
Say you get a house. Say you get a house for the weekend, and then you just get your own
Groceries.
beer or like drinks and stuff.
I'm not doubting. I bet that's cheaper. Like if you just find a little house somewhere.
The
and you
difference
all
is a
split
margin,
it.
because you're right. It's an experience.
But
too
I'm
that
like,
it-
yeah,
it's-
I think
cruise and
we're
getting there
trying
all
to decide
inclusive.
between going on the cruise non-inclusive versus going on the cruise inclusive.
No, not at all. I'm saying not go at all, because if you go on the cruise, it's got to be all inclusive.
You
otherwise it's
gotta
not worth it.
get the drink package.
Yeah. Otherwise it's not
Food and
worth it.
drink and whatever.
But I've also seen like it's a big thing on cruise ships that they'll lose quite a bit of money if they have any spots unfilled. So there's websites out there that specifically track cruises that are set to take off from shore, you know, in like a tighter time frame, and they have availability, so they'll sell
That's a no-brainer if you can get one.
$50.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to do as a group though. That's definitely better as like an older couple where you're like you're free anytime. Like you want to do it this weekend, like sure.
yeah.
We're gonna have to like plan it, figure out who's going and how many people, and then what
Say
cruise.
on our cruise, we were in the Alaska cruise. There's like locals from Seattle who were like, "Oh yeah, sir, like we're gonna go." It's like one of like 5 cruises we're doing. It's the same. They do the same cruise route back to
That's
every
cool.
like multiple times a year. So yeah, it's only like $1,500. Gonna go for like 6 days. It's whatever. And they're like, it's cheap. I'm like, I couldn't imagine getting to go and see that like 4 or 5 times a year. It'd be wild.
I think that'd be cool. I think it'd be fun.
No, I would go on a cruise in a minute though. Absolutely.
I want to see a sperm whale. Did you know we're close to cracking the code on sperm whale codas? So like, you know, the clicks they do and everything.
Huh?
You know, whales make noise.
Yeah.
Sperm whales use clicks often, and
Okay.
it's a pretty clear at this point that like it's different than the echolocation. It's got those like, weird soft spots.
Okay.
It's pretty clear that it's a different sound they use from when they're like using echolocation. So they're communicating with each other within their pods. We're pretty close to determining what these codas mean, because you know how like AI doesn't know the English language, but you give it enough resources and examples of how the English language is used and what the result of a sentence is online, then they can figure it out. And so that's why you can use AI and it'll respond to you in English. It just understands it. They're using the same approach to decipher all of these different forms of clicks and see if there's like grammar within these communications between units of sperm whale. It's really cool. Pods.
Interesting.
It's really, really neat. I think Cinta is what the group that's studying this off of like Chile, Argentina, something like that. It's really neat. It'll be the first animal, or I guess mammal language that we've been able to like genuinely decipher. Yes,
We're mammals.
we didn't have to decipher. Oh, I guess you like a different language.
Second language we have to say.
We didn't decipher it. We created it. Yes, Jim.
What would be the possible benefits of deciphering this language?
Well, for one, I mean, you can track their behavior and then the behavior of similar creatures. So not like killer whales, but there's a bunch of different kinds of dolphins that behave in similar ways, like traveling pods and stuff like that. And also, if they ever become like endangered species, like they're very important, and they were hunted for a long time for their the material that makes up the bulge in their head. Hunted a long time for it. So you could preserve them for one, and also it's like a cipher, right? So it's like something to be like a language puzzle to be solved. If you solve this, then there's a good chance you can use that information and that kind of like the grammar, which is like the space between the clicks, how many clicks are like this far apart, because they have like really consistent like 4 seconds between each set of clicks and stuff like that, and you get responses from different whales too. So if you can figure that out, then you may be able to begin drawing connections to other aquatic animals. So it's really cool. And then if you want to do stuff like oil, so say there's a certain amount of clicks that warn other whales to like stay out of a certain area. Humans at this point in time need oil, so you can have oil rigs out in the ocean, right? So you can then, if we know, we understand that coda for sending them away, telling them it's danger, we can put artificial
Sound.
speakers down there that tell them to stay away so that they're safe and nothing's around that. So there you go. And there's more beyond that too. Like for a big boat, like you don't want to ever run into one on a big boat. Or
I want to be able to backtrack it all the way so we can figure out how salmon communicate with each other. You guys ever heard of salmon's ability to like internally know their exact position in the world? Cause
Yeah,
so
they always go back to like where they were born,
to breed.
To breed, yeah.
So if you take a salmon at one position in the world and literally bring it to the other part of the world, it will directly start heading back, like taking the fastest water route back. And
oh shit! Here we go again.
yeah, it's crazy. If you displace them and there's like a dam in the way, they will just ram into that dam, try to jump over it. They'll go ham until they die
That is insane.
because they want to get back there so.
That's like,
so
I guess that's
badly.
just a question of like birds know where south is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what was that? There's something with. It's definitely with magnetism. That's like the only way we believe that could be possible. But
Is that proven? Is that proven that there's mammals that have sensitivity to magnetism?
Yeah, I think we do too. It's just really. Sorry, it's just really slight. Like if you take someone has done this, and then afterwards they can still feel the effect to a very slight degree, but that means there's something in the human body. Like if there's iron in the body, right? And a certain amount of that can be concentrated. If you hold it up to like a magnet enough, you can feel it. So that's just like a blood pool kind of thing. Safe, not harmful at all. But so you can feel that. So theoretically, if an animal who has that need developed a way to feel like based on like a weight distribution because their blood's going somewhere, like a certain like a marrow, they can feel it. Then yeah, that's how they could figure it out. But I'm not positive on the birds. But there are animals that are sensitive to it. Yeah. But if salmon don't communicate verbally, like a lot of aquatic fish don't. Actually, I don't know that for sure.
Is there
Then
a way, a way we could know that for sure?
Probably. It would just take a lot of experimenting. But no, if they don't communicate verbally, then I don't think the sperm whale codas will help. Because that's working with syntax and grammar inside of something that could be a language.
Yeah.
Right? And so right now the theory is that no other animals have a language except for humans. Because language requires syntax and grammar, punctuation, the very like nuance. So if we discover that
So
they do
is
have
this okay? So would you say this is more learning to decipher their language, or we're still at the aspect where we need to definitively conclude that they do have a language?
You need to decipher it, or at least make the attempt before you can say that.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear that the noises aren't random because you would see the same. They're called codas, the series of the like clicks that they make.
Mm-hmm.
You have them reoccurring months apart, and not like just if you put a monkey at a typewriter, eventually it's going to write out a sentence. Not like that. Like it's really consistent that it happens. It's just a matter of there's thousands of them from different pods. And so, are some of them different? Did they develop differently? Or are they all the same? Or is it universal, but there's just so many different ones? And because we're not a sperm whale, we don't know what they require, what they need, what they would need to communicate. So, like, that's the hard part. But that's where AI, artificial intelligence, is going to come in. You give it the codas, and then you get the most common response to the coda, as in, like, behavioral-wise, from other whales or that whale, what's going on or what the environment is like when it's said. You tell that to the AI, and then it's going to start deciphering that coda and then like a bunch of others that have similar.
Yeah.
So there could be, like, I think it's close to at least discovering like, what if it makes this sound? We're pretty sure, like 90% sure it means there's like one of them is going to give birth soon, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but it's hard. You have to stick them with trackers that also record sound underwater at like a huge depth. Like I can't remember. It's like double or triple the depth of the deepest depth that a human has done in scuba gear.
They better not have had an Ocean Gate design those.
No, it's just really hard to stick though because they're blubber. You have to stick it in a very certain spot, otherwise it's gonna fall off because they're going fast. And yeah, they just slip off. It's wet, and you get close enough to them in a big old boat with 20 people on it making noise. They're gonna just go down right away. They've actually started using drones to stick it instead.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That would be a cool thing to see out in the wild. Did you see any like
Whales or anything before we go?
Yeah, I mean, we saw whales breaching. We went on a whale like guided tour and like one of.
Oh, that's
it was in Juneau, and I was standing on the bow of this ship and about got thrown off a couple times. Straight up.
I only ever seen one whale guided tour before.
After seeing that in like Alaska, though, I definitely want to see them in Hawaii because they say they're way more active in Hawaii. Warmer waters, they're breeding and doing things like that. Because all they do in Alaska is pretty much gorge themselves and then go back down to the islands to hang out.
I heard a dolphin named Tyler once. Catch you guys in the next segment, huh?
And our unusually long breaks.
Hello
between
and welcome
segments.
back. I'm personally proud of us. It has been 30 minutes
30
since
minutes.
our last recording.
Not 3 hours and 30
That's
minutes.
already so much better than the 6 months between our previous recording. We're doing really
Imagine
good
if we
over here.
did end on just part one of a
Post it
segment.
after.
Never post again. So have people wait for it like years later. Like, wonder when this is dropping. Never finished their story.
I feel like we have done that once though.
Probably.
We did
probably
like
something
3
at the end.
segments and then I think we did 3 segments. I don't know.
We've definitely done that. We've picked an episode up like halfway, or we've started one and then picked it up like within the week, but a few days later, and we just come new location, new people, just hey, what's going on, guys? Well, that my little sense about the sperm whales is like all I got. That's the only information I've learned in the past 6 months, unless something else triggers my brain.
So also something we did. We went to Lollapalooza finally during that time too in August.
Horrid time. Awful. Never going again. Who's going? Who's playing?
They released I forget when they released it, but they haven't released the lineup yet.
I'm sure it'll change a couple weeks prior.
Yeah. Oh my.
Did we
days,
say that on this?
I don't think so.
I don't think we did
That was
either.
after. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
we didn't have
after
a
you.
chance. We didn't talk about it.
Yeah, because I remember we talked about it on here, but yeah. So we find out like what, probably three weeks before.
Well, just tell them why we were so excited to go first.
Oh, yeah, well,
Come
so
on,
we're-
be a story builder here.
Well, we already told this, didn't we?
No.
Remind me.
Our last post was in June.
Yeah, but we knew we were going in June.
Just say them
Well,
again.
all right,
you
anyways.
think they remember?
Okay, so we were going to go to Lollapalooza in Chicago, which is a big, like a bunch of pop artists go there. And there was probably 8 artists. And what we wanted to go see, the main headliner was Tyler, the Creator, who we both love. Then probably three weeks before the show, he gets replaced with Megan Thee Stallion for no reason. We were pissed. Because the main reason we wanted to go was Tyler, the Creator, see him.
Yeah, well, Hosier was there too. Hosier.
Is that how you say it?
Hosier. Yep, I remember.
We have an in-depth analysis of this on our
Yeah,
channel. So.
reference
last
our previous
episode.
video. Yeah. No, I was really excited for him. And then after all that disappointment, we still didn't get Tyler, the Creator. Saw some other pretty good artists I've never heard of, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But like I was so excited for the one person playing before the headliner, which was now Megan Thee Stallion, was Hosier. Big name, huge name, like you know. We didn't make it until like his last 3 songs because our other friend, who, to his credit, like set everything up, all this up for us to go, didn't want to miss Kesha. Was it Kesha? Oh no, it was the artist after Kesha.
We watched Benson Boone, and then we went over there. It was just so crowded. It was just so hard to get from side to side of it. 'Cause
Side
there
to
was-
side, I have pictures of it if we can post them up there. I don't know, but it was packed.
It was record numbers.
So
that they
we
had.
have Country Concert, which is packed, but so manageable. This was unlike anything I've ever seen, dude. Standing room only, and how many people? I used to remember how many people there were.
So country concerts max number. We went the year that they had the max numbers, and that was what, like 20 something thousand? No, 20 something thousand was like the
no,
number.
it was like
wasn't it?
60.
Yeah, something like that. Lollapalooza.
Oh,
Lollapalooza's
that was like 40
record.
or 50,000.
I thought it was 20s.
They have it on
Yeah.
their Instagram.
Yeah. Anyways, whatever the max number is for that. Lollapalooza's max number when we went was like 110, 120,000. It's crazy how packed it is. Yeah, it was nuts.
But no seats.
Because we got there right when the first artist, and like we're pretty much front row. Then we go to the second artist, and we're back probably 10 rows, a little bit. It's still good. Then we go to the next show, Kesha, and we are like this close to people. You cannot get any further. We can't even see the stage at this point. So we have to. It took us probably 45 minutes just to go like around the corner to see the stage, and then another probably hour in between shows to get closer for Benson Boone.
It
Who's the next one?
took 45 minutes to go pretty much the distance of 3 cabins. 45 minutes to get that far.
It's ridiculous.
And we were trying. It was bad. And there was also that chick. There was a mom there with like a 3-year-old son in the very
That's
middle.
crazy.
It was insane.
I was shocked when you
Total
guys said-
attendance for the 3-day festival was 78,298 people. The day this says in 2014, so it was higher. After that, the biggest day was 27.3.
I thought I was like in the 40s.
I think that might be like the 3-day total attendance.
Yeah, the 3-day total in 2014 he said was 78,000. The highest was 27,000 in
Yeah.
2014, which
I'm
like
pretty
2
sure-
years
I'm
ago they rebroke it.
Pretty
so
sure I read that like pretty much right at the peak of Hardy's performance, right before Morgan Wallen went on, it was like 40,000.
that's what I thought it
Was
was.
it?
Yeah, in 2021.
Because
it
remember
said-
that cool promotional or post-promotional video that Hardy released?
Yeah.
I think he said the number.
Last time we were here, we played for 28,000 in the 8 o'clock slot or whatever
Yeah.
it was. Now we're
Was it
playing
28,000 though? That's the question. Could have been.
Yeah, this says in 2021 on Friday, the attendance was 25.3 thousand people.
Well,
Just
it
shy
would have
of
been
the record of
22
27,000.
that Morgan Wallen played.
Yeah, which
Yeah, that was our first year.
so let's that's not up to date then. Let's see if there's another one.
I think, or maybe 23.
2023 attendance records during 2022. Why was the first one outdated? I'm sorry. 28,000 people.
Which is pretty big for about a 20-acre field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere.
On Saturday, almost 30,000 people.
Pretty
Yeah.
Pretty good for a hillside in the middle of nowhere.
It's alright. Yeah, for sure.
It's so funny being on WHIO, and like they have pictures with it, and I'm like, I recognize like all of these people because it's right here. Hey, here. See?
No.
Yeah. It's funny. So, yeah, there's a bit more people than we're used to.
Yeah, that was
Even
that was
being
crazy.
in like the packed standing room area.
Yeah, because
for
I knew
country
it was
concert.
going to be packed, but
Like
like,
I thought I'd be used to it.
no. So I thought too. I'm like, oh, it'll be just like country concert where it's packed, yeah, but it's not unmanageable.
No, concerts are insane.
That
man.
was crazy. And then towards Chicago next day, which that was fun, but
We were told we would leave at 9 o'clock the next day. We were not told it was 9 o'clock p.m. So I'm out of clothes. Trey doesn't have any socks. We're walking around in Hey Dudes. At least I was. I think you had tennis shoes. I'm
I had
walking around in
tennis shoes
Hey
on.
Dudes all day in Chicago. We walked how many miles?
I think the final total was like it's like 17 maybe.
It was side quest after side quest. Like, just what are we gonna do? All right, we did it. Now what do we do now? Because we checked out of the hotel at 10.
Yeah, 10 or 11 somewhere. In the
Say,
morning.
because didn't you guys go up there by train?
Yeah,
So
we
you
had to wait
guys
for the
only
train.
had to wait for your 9
Yeah,
o'clock train to go
that's
back the
the
other
train
way.
ride back was at like 9 o'clock, and it was it was horrible. I spent so much more money than I had planned. I was in stinky clothes. Well, I ended up buying a shirt and a hat because my hair was insane for most of the day. I was walking around Chicago, so many people, and my hair was just all over the place.
You just looked like a local then.
No, they cleaned up pretty well. Especially you get around the Italian shops, dude. Stick your hand in some pepperoni grease.
I enjoyed it. Going around
cool.
Chicago was fun. It was a cool
By the time
experience.
it got closer to 9 o'clock, it was way more enjoyable.
Yeah, right before.
Right before you left, you're like, now we're getting to stride. This is all right.
And then another, 3-hour train ride back.
That was fine.
And a 2-hour drive after that.
That was okay.
I say when we were
Trey was zonked.
I was
dude,
passed
the whole
out.
time. I had to turn up the radio because I couldn't hear him over them. I couldn't decide if it was bass or his snoring.
Because we got on the train, and me and Isaiah both bought a bottle of wine in Chicago. We're like, all right, we'll drink some wine on the way back, just to relax. Before we even get it out, Isaiah turns to me, he's like, is there corks in it? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe we didn't check. Open it. Yeah, they both got corks in it. I'm like, crap. Well, it's like we're not drinking wine anymore.
Yeah. Oh well.
And then you stayed up the entire time.
I didn't sleep. Yeah. I was just vibing.
Then on the way back to come here, we rode together. So we got get in the car. I remember telling Isaiah, I'm like, yeah, I'll stay up with you. Like, I don't want you to have to. Like, I already took a nap. I'm fine. 5 minutes in the car ride, I am just passed.
We didn't even make it out of Toledo. And then I left my wallet on the train. So Mike from Amtrak, shout out to you, all the way in Albany, New York, contacted our friend who got the tickets for our name, and then they mailed it back to me the next few days.
Nice. I like that.
Great guy. I see he's at the very top of my contacts list because it's AM. Like it says Mike, Amtrak, because he called me back a few times. He's still there.
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna wish him Merry Christmas.
Heck yeah, you should, man. That's legendary.
That's really cool.
It's crazy.
So have any of you guys ever ridden on a train?
I was going to say, when we were in Alaska, actually, we took a train from Denali to Fairbanks. And we rode in like one of those, it was like a 2-story type of deal. And the whole top is essentially glass. So you have like a 270-degree view of everything. And that whole ride back, you pretty much had views of Denali, Mount Denali. And we had one of the clear days. We could actually see the true peak of Denali. And only about 10% of people who go to Denali to see the, just in general, actually get to see the true peak, because usually it's so cloudy you can't actually see it or whatever. So I got pictures of
That's hella
the
cool.
true point.
That is really cool. Our train just had Amish people on it. That's all our train was.
Well, there was that one guy that couldn't stop shaking. I don't know what he
Get
had.
him a beer? Or
No.
you should have bought him a
Something
beer.
told me we should not have done that.
He would have got those
Something
bottles
told
of
me we should
wine.
not have
We
been
went,
talking to him.
we went to get breakfast or lunch, whenever. It was breakfast.
Yeah, it was in the morning.
On the way to Chicago. And Gavin got... No, was I the first one to get
You were the first one because he sat down next to you.
Yeah, so I got mine, and I went to sit. I found an open table in the bar car, whatever they're called. And I sit down, and then instantly, this guy just sits right across from me. And he just starts talking about the wildest stuff and why he's going back to Chicago, why he's living where he's living, or what's going on with the deal with his sons. And I'm barely saying anything. It's not like it wasn't I wasn't like judging him harshly for it, but it was very interesting of an experience. And then did Gavin walk past me?
No, I did. I was the one that walked past you guys.
Walked past, and I'm just sitting there because he didn't think I was there. He thought I went back because I was just sitting. I'm talking to this random person.
Gavin sat down next to you, then I was the last one, and the dude is facing the direction I'm coming, so I just see him. I didn't look at the back of their heads, be like, oh, that's Isaiah and Gavin. So I keep walking. They're like, Trey. Clearing back. I'm like, what
And then he has
the?
to sit next to him.
What the?
But we saw him on the way back too.
Yeah.
He came back with us the same exact time frame on the same train ride, and like clockwork, he just sat next to somebody else in that car, starts talking to him, and then there's like an Amish tape. He tried to talk next to some Amish people, or like Mennonites maybe, or he could even be German Baptist. I don't know. I didn't ask, but they were playing this card game at a table, and he just starts standing up while the train's going and just like, so what's this you guys are playing? And they're like just looking. It was the funniest thing in the world to watch.
No, but was it you that got? No, it was Gavin. Gavin's the one that got lost during the night when he was walking back, and he went like 4 cars too far from our seats. Right?
Oh yeah,
Was that-
on the train,
Yeah.
he walked like way past us. And Trey and I saw him go back. I just thought he was looking for a bathroom, so I'm like, Apparently, he was just lost the whole time.
Because like they turn the lights off, obviously, so you can't see anything.
Yeah.
And it's going, so it's really hard to stand on a train. I fell on some person's lap. Bless their soul. I felt so bad because it's so hard to balance when I have like a tray full of stuff.
Yeah.
So I walked back. I'm like, I'm pretty sure these are our seats. And Gavin went back first. I'm like, this dude got lost. So I'm just like, all right, I just got to keep walking this direction. Eventually, I'll find him. I walked through like 3 or 4 cars before I find him. I'm like, Gavin, how far back were you walking until you realized you didn't find it? He's
So
like,
you have designated seats?
yeah, you have designated
Yeah.
seats.
I wonder if it was like community seating. And then is it pretty common for people to be like walking around? Like you said, there's
you've
a
got,
bar.
you've got the bar carts and you've
Yeah.
got like the
Dur-
restroom. and
during the
stuff.
night, no, because I mean it was whatever 10, 11, so they turn lights out and be like, yeah, you guys gotta be quiet and stuff. So during the night, but like the morning one, there's plenty of people walking
Yeah, it was
around.
busy.
Yeah, but you have a sign, or you don't buy tickets for a specific seat. Like when you get on, they'll sit you somewhere,
Yeah,
and then obviously at the top you'll put what, because there's multiple stops on your train ride, so you'll put what stop you are. So if you're asleep, like the attendant can see when I have to stop that you're supposed to get off here, so like
they'll
wake you up and
That's
be
interesting.
able to get off and stuff. So yeah, so
It's certainly an experience.
It was pretty neat.
it was fun. If we go back, we'll definitely drive.
Yes.
I was gonna say it's a
please.
pretty easy drive to drive to Chicago. So
not bad at all.
So easy.
it's
way
a
better.
very easy drive.
You drive up an hour and 45 minutes, so let's just round it to 2 hours to get to the train station from where we live, just to get there a day early. And when did we open up at the concert that day? Like 2 o'clock? I thought
Yeah.
we got there at 2.
Yeah,
So we could
were-
have just gotten up that day, driven over there, got a hotel, and then stayed
the
as
night
long
and
as we
drove
wanted,
straight back.
and then drove straight back. And it was like a whole weekend we were there. We got back on
We got back on Saturday
Saturday.
because the concert was Thursday.
Yeah.
Spent the night all day Friday
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
came
yeah,
back
yeah.
Saturday. So we had alumni softball that weekend.
Alumni softball. I thought you guys went in like June.
We
It
went
was August.
Was it August?
Yeah.
Mhm. Because before Gavin told us, me and Isaiah are sitting here talking about alumni softball. Like, oh, it'll be fun this weekend. Like tomorrow, going to alumni softball and stuff. And Gavin's sitting there like, what are they talking about? Like, they're not going to be there tomorrow. And he finally told us, and we're like, what, 9 p.m. So we're walking around Chicago for the entire day.
So we get back to we get to your house finally at like 4 in the morning, right?
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5.
Left 9
Yeah.
p.m. Yeah. It's late, dude.
Just drive. Way easier.
Hey, we were up the next day. Even I went out to alumni softball.
Yeah, I was out at alumni softball for what, like our 1 o'clock game or whatever.
Yep.
Wasn't bad. Even though we just did the same thing this weekend by driving at horrible hours in the night to Columbus.
How long were we awake?
Depends when you woke up. I guess you didn't even sleep the night before.
I woke up at 4 that morning.
I woke up at like 7.
So,
So 24
24 hours.
to 12 would be 7, another 5. So like 40 hours straight.
Makes
Not
me
that-
tired just thinking about it.
I would have taken a nap.
Felt like 50. One of our. Never mind.
Don't.
I'll protect.
Protect yourself a little bit.
Not myself. I can't believe there's no way Ryan Day is gonna stay coaching OSU. Right?
If he wins a chip.
Yeah, it depends what he does here in the playoffs. But I'd say if they have a first round,
I see a lot of fans saying they hope we don't win a chip this year, so that he's gone.
That's crazy.
I mean, if you can't beat your rival when they're 6-5,
Probably rather lose to the
10-1.
rival and win a chip than win the rival. And
yeah, I mean, if we lose to him every single year and win the chip, it doesn't matter, does it?
It would
suck.
still suck so badly.
But
If we see him in the chip, I guess you can't. Never mind.
If you can't even beat Michigan,
Big Ten.
you're gonna win the chip.
you could see him in the chip. Like,
Oh,
we-
yeah.
we can play Indiana in the chip.
Yeah, that's true. That's
This
true.
year.
That's true. Yeah.
So, I love the new college football bracket.
Mm-hmm.
I love everything about it. I think it's
That was today, wasn't it?
yeah, they released it
I
today.
haven't looked at it at all. Shoot, I'm gonna have to do that when I go home.
They did it perfect. I think they picked exactly how they should have this year. Leave Bama out.
Yeah, I say Alabama didn't make it, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Just think Alabama didn't make a national championship, and there's 12
spots.
teams this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Nick Saban gone.
Yeah.
It's crazy that 16 seeds in it too.
Mm-hmm.
Clemson. Yeah, because if you win your conference, you get in.
Automatic bid.
So
I like that. They each
I
get a
do
bye.
like that a
So now
lot.
conference championships like actually are something.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
usually
It's
isn't that
nice
much.
seeing different than just the
It
same
is.
5
Yeah.
every year. You know,
Yeah.
the Georgia, Alabama, Ohio
100%.
State,
This is
Clemson, and
this
then
is so much better.
you know, every
Yeah.
once in a while you get like a
Indiana.
one-off.
Like Indiana wouldn't have made it.
No,
in.
they never would have.
But all these teams deserve a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer, really. It is super sad to see Oregon come into the Big Ten and just wallop on everybody.
Well, haven't they been in the Big Ten?
This is their first year.
Oh, really?
This is new Big Ten though.
Which is crazy that they fly across the entire country like almost every week
Yeah.
to play
Yeah.
somewhere.
You might as well just like establish like just a sports institution that they can stay at.
Yeah, all those players are taking online classes
Yeah,
anyways.
if that's what I'm thinking. So just let them stay there.
Yeah. But then that would stink when Oregon's on your schedule and it's like, all right, well, preparing for the pros, flying across the country. Oh, you know. You guys want to tell them about our bi-weekly strategy we kind of going to develop, or just
No. We're gonna try to get 2 out a month to you. Every month. Should it be promise? We promise.
Yeah, we got winter break here.
I don't.
We promise. You think it's not gonna work out? What's the point in creating it if you don't have
Well,
faith?
I mean, just
need
based.
faith.
I just use based on historical data, man. The past 6 months, we've had no
Nothing.
episodes.
well, let's
Nothing.
change.
We didn't have a strategy the last 6 months.
Yeah,
I mean,
now
we
have a
We
strategy.
did just as much as we do now. It's just
What was the strategy?
every
Let's see
week,
it.
every week,
Pretend
Sunday.
like it didn't happen.
Yeah, I didn't see anything happen.
Exactly. It was a strategy and it didn't work.
We'll just backdate everything so it goes seamless.
Right. I don't know. We gonna do that first segment?
What?
The first one we did when the card went haywire? I think it's still good.
Yeah, that's fine.
If it's not
We'll
correct.
We'll just seam it in there because we did the intro on that one anyway, so we'll have to just
Oh
keep
yeah,
that.
facts.
So we could probably cut this one short.
Yeah, we probably could too.
Yeah, because we already have this 6 minutes.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
have something good for you.
Use your mic, brother,
In 2
please. It's like you're a rookie, bro.
I basically am. I'm a little rusty. My apologies.
Jeez, shake it off.
Shake off
Well,
the
good-
rust.
We'll have something better for you, or more organized for you in 2 weeks. Christmas.
Well, if we follow our strategy,
Well, you
we'll
will
have
do-
to figure out what day this comes out.
Yeah.
But
In
I-
a week. Yeah, we'll have something better for you
So,
in
do we? Get,
in 2 weeks.
So yeah, I guess our next episode will probably be a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we'll figure out a plan. Figure out something
Oh,
to do
what
for
were you
that
guys
one.
thankful for Thanksgiving?
Bro. All right, we're out of here. Be on the lookout because the boys are back in town, baby.
All right.
Back in town.